It's me, Chris P. I'm back with another top 5. If you couldn't tell by the title, today's video, it's the top 5 attractions at Hollywood Studios. Let me know in the comments down below what your top 5 attractions are at the studios. I'd love to see everyone else's opinions, as this is such a subjective topic. Hollywood Studios was such a tough one for me to decide a top 5 on, because there are truly so many great attractions at this park. But at the same time, I didn't want to jump into a top 10 because there's really not that many attractions, unfortunately. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in to number 5. Rock and Roller Coaster, located at G-Force Records. This thrilling high-speed coaster is one of my personal favorites at Disney World. It is the only roller coaster on property that has any inversions. On this high-speed limo experience, you'll go upside down, not once, not twice, but 3 times, twice in a back-to-back loop right after the initial launch, and a heartline barrel roll toward the end of the coaster. Not to mention, on top of the thrills, you get an awesome Aerosmith soundtrack playing in your seat. Bring out your inner Mrs. Doubtfire with some Dude Looks Like a Lady. Walk this way with some sweet emotion, leading to some love in an elevator right down the street to that Tower of Terror. In all seriousness, this is one of the best coasters on property, without a doubt. Number 4. Now this one could take my number 5 spot for me, but the thing that makes this my number 4 is the fact that it is one of the best family coasters I have ever been on. That's right, it is Slinky Dog Dash. This coaster is just pure fun. I cannot help but giggle like a child when going over the hump section toward the end. All in all, this is just a really solid ride that can bridge the gap between younger children and adults alike. The coolest thing about this coaster is that it is made to be like Andy's backyard, and like he just put together this little roller coaster like a kid would put together Hot Wheel tracks. It's just such a blast. You can't help but smile when you're on it. It's not super extreme or anything of the sort. It's just fun. Between this and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, they are 2 of the best introductory coasters for little ones. Number 3, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. This one is one of the newest additions to Disney World theme parks. It is just an adorable family-friendly ride that is also the very first to feature the head cheese himself, Mickey Mouse. If you want to see a full ride through of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, click that link in the top right corner. With all that being said though, I do miss the Great Movie Ride. Maybe one day we'll get that Great Muppet Movie Ride that was once upon a time supposed to be made. It can maybe bridge that gap for the classic attraction that was the Great Movie Ride. Before we get into the top 2, send a little pixie dust my way, hit that like and subscribe button, give that bell a little ring-a-ding-ding so you can be informed when I post a new video. On to number 2. The Tower of Terror. I absolutely love this ride. Before you even get to the ride itself, it taunts you from the distance. Once I enter the parking lot, it feels like it's just there staring me down. Not to mention that long, slow walk down Sunset Boulevard with it just looming in front of you. This ride also has one of the most ominous and amazing queues inside of Disney World. From the outside of the building to the eerie lobby, then the pre-show and the boiler room, it builds the anxiety, which is 99% of this whole experience. Then the ride itself, from the show scenes to the finale of the random drop sequences, there aren't many better experiences at Disney, especially if you love thrills and chills. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's number one. And I'm sure it's no surprise that Rise of the Resistance is going to take the number one spot. Once you enter that first pre-show, the attraction starts and it doesn't stop, because even in the second part of the queue, the cast members turn it into a show. Whether they're First Order or Rebel spies, you feel fully immersed in this Star Wars universe. This ride is the future of what an attraction can be. It has multiple ride systems in place, including one that you go on before you even enter the second part of the queue. For these reasons, and at least a dozen more I could name, Rise of the Resistance is my number one attraction at Hollywood Studios. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments below what your top attractions are. Honestly, Hollywood Studios doesn't really have a bad attraction in my opinion. And I had a few things that could have almost made this list, such as Toy Story Mania, Frozen Sing-Along, the Indiana Jones Stunt Show, just to name a few. Remember to keep a little magic in your everyday life. Share that magic with others. You never know whose day you might turn around with just a simple gesture or a smile. And don't forget, guys, you could also follow me on Twitter at CrispiesTPA. I love to hear your comments on there. Also, I have a Facebook group. It's down in the description below. Feel free to join that for a family-friendly Facebook group. I also want to give a special thanks to everybody who has already subscribed. Thanks to all of you, I am now above 100 subscribers, and I truly appreciate every single one of you. And with all that being said, I'll see you real soon.